pretty much have to be a monster to get this open.
Hey everyone, Dreki here, and today I'm unboxing the Firefly 8S. This is Firefly's first attempt at a real 4K action camera, and it's based on the Ambarella A12 and IMX117 sensor, which is the same as the vast majority of other real 4K cameras that have came out in the last year. This is seeming like it's becoming a tight space in terms of the action camera market, and it's going to be harder and harder for companies like Firefly to stand out from the masses of SJCam or Thigh-Eye or some of the other real 4K cameras that are out there. So I'm curious to see what Firefly does different and if it improves upon the other real 4K cameras that are out there. So let's start by taking the plastic off of this box and seeing what's inside. The reason I said I hope that Firefly improves on some of the other real 4K cameras is that their Novatech cameras were actually a little bit different than some of the other cams that I tested in terms of user interface, and that makes them actually stand out. So here we go, just pulling this off, and let's see how to get this box open now. Right, and just pull that. And with the box open, here is the camera. I like how it has this little metal plate on the front of it. I'm not sure what that's for, but okay, let's try that again. Pull it out of the box, and there you go. And let's just turn that the right side up. I guess that's upside down for you guys. Oops. Anyways, let's see what's in the accessory box first. I have a feeling that this is going to be a fairly normal accessory box, except, oh, what's that? I have no idea what this is for, but, well, if anyone can tell me, please let me know, because this is, looks just like a keychain or something, maybe a lens remover ring? Not really sure. Anyways, let's put that down. USB cables, a lens hood for sunny conditions, I guess when the camera is outside of its waterproof case. Just goes on the front of the lens there. Clips, handlebar mount, another clip, straps, and stickers. Yeah, those are always fun. Fairly typical backing plates. More clips and adapters. Again, there's just more clips and adapters. So this looks like a fairly normal kit in terms of what you'd expect from an action camera. Nothing about the accessories really stands out. The exception obviously being this little lens hood that definitely does stand out, and this weird little dongly thing here that I'm not really sure what it's for. Maybe adjusting the focus on the lens? Anyways, let's get in a little bit closer on the camera there, and then we can talk about the camera itself. So in terms of the waterproof case, it's again a fairly typical waterproof case. It doesn't have the additional latch on the top that some of them do. The buttons actually feel pretty nice though when I press it, so let's just open this up here and see the camera itself. So here's what the camera looks like. You can see there's actually a little shiny reflective spot on it. I thought it was a button initially, but maybe it's just a heatsink or something. I know some of the Ambarella cameras had issues with their cams overheating, so it would be nice of Firefly to include a heatsink in order to reduce the heat that the camera produces. You can see that there's a memory card slot on the back of the camera and the buttons on the side like Firefly normally has. That's different too. I haven't never seen a memory card slot on the back of the camera before. Tripod mount on the bottom, mini USB instead of micro USB, and HDMI out on the side. Again, all pretty typical. So let's turn this on and see what it looks like in terms of UI. Okay, so the initial layout screen, again, pretty similar to what you'd expect from an Ambarella camera. Not much customization here in terms of icons or anything. Let's just flip through the screens really quick and take a look. Okay, so the front button just switches between photo and video. It doesn't actually go to the menu. I guess the menu will be on the side buttons then. Let's just try one of those. And alright, there you see it. It did have the icons just similar to the other Firefly camera that I tested. And here are the video resolutions. Let's just scroll through them really quick. Another thing that I'm noticing about the camera right away is that it does beep quite loudly. Beep, beep, beep. That's a good thing. It means I can actually hear it. So overall, in terms of build quality, there are some unique things about this camera, most notably the two side buttons position and the position of the micro SD card slot. In terms of other things, the build quality is pretty similar to the various other Ambarella cameras I've tested, but it does have this fun little shiny reflective part, which is actually a selfie mirror according to the user manual. But I do have a feeling that it does also act as a heat sink because, as I said, these cameras get fairly hot. So let's go outside now and see some of the test footage that I've captured over the last couple days. Just to note that I got my copy of the Firefly 8S from GearBest. There is also a no distortion version of this camera that has a 90-degree field of view instead of the normal 170. So that is interesting if you want to see a little bit closer up to some of the things that you're filming and you would prefer no distortion. So one of the notable things about this camera right away in terms of its video quality is that this camera has a 6-axis gyro stabilizer, as opposed to some of the other cameras like the Thai or some of the Ekin cameras which only have electronic image stabilizer or 3-axis stabilizer. The difference might mean that the stabilizer will be a little bit better than those cameras, but I'll have to line it up side by side and do a proper test of them before we come to any conclusions on that. Overall though, the video quality does look pretty good, and I heard some people who had issues looking directly into the sun with this camera, so I tried it out and I didn't really see any problem, so maybe that's been fixed in the most recent firmware. Again, further testing is needed before coming to any conclusions. I'll have to put it side by side with one of the other Ambarella cameras to see the difference in terms of how they react in low light and how they react in daylight, but initial tests look pretty positive and about what I'd expect from the IMX117. Hey, thank you for watching. If you have any questions about this camera, please leave them below.
Alright, so now both cameras are set to 1080p60. The Firefly, of course, has a gyro stabilization, so I suspect that it's going to be a little bit smoother than the Ekin. But I'm also not taking a super bumpy path here, so